Hey everyone. Oh, there they go again. Hi everyone. Excuse me. I haven't talked to anyone yet all day, so sorry. I'm just clearing my throat. I apologize. All day. It's only the morning, right? But hi, everyone. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue here for today's Cricut Chat program. And we're going to be making a shaker card, which looks more complicated than it really actually is. So that's what I like. I like things that are not complicated, but they look complicated so people can ooh and ah over it. Hey, you. Hey, stop that. I think that Benji's learned from Teddy Bear that as soon as I say, hi, everyone, you should go and find something to chew on from Mommy's craft store. Hey, stop. Get out of there. Get your head out of that bag. All right, so I hope you're all doing well. We have snow on the way, but hey, but we'll be fine. Sorry, I had to get that out of his purview. So we have snow on the way, but I hear everyone, especially Texans, are having a hard time. So I hope all my Texas friends, of which I have a lot, are doing okay. And staying warm and keeping those pipes from freezing, and all of that stuff. I guess we're getting more snow coming. That's coming straight across the country later today, I guess, and into tomorrow. But for me, it doesn't matter because I'm not even leaving. So just staying here and just going to craft my heart out. So today's Thursday, and we don't do anything special on Thursday. We don't have like a day booked for Thursday, although I probably would love to do that, like maybe do a card Thursday or something like that. You guys let me know. But tomorrow is Friday, which means it's time for 3D Friday. And you guys know that I love to do 3D paperwork. And so I wanted to do a free file from Dreaming Tree. So if you have not seen that file yet, or if you haven't picked it up and you want to follow along, you just need to go to 3dsvg.com. You have to create an account, and then look through their free files for the Daffodil Tea Light. And we will go through the process of downloading and then uploading to Design Space, and then we'll put it together. It's such a cute little file. I think you're going to really like it. Again, that's at 3dsvg.com. Next week, I was thinking ahead to next week. Woo! Next week, I thought that we could do... Everybody always remarks on my pen holders that I made from Laurie Whitlock. So I thought we would do a Laurie Whitlock episode of 3D Friday. She does really well with the 3D cards and stuff, but she also has a number of really cool little utilitarian, I guess, useful is probably a better word, projects, and one of them is that pen holder that we did before. So I thought that we could make that again because it was really fun, easy, and I will post the project link. That will be a paid file, but thinking that it will only be about $2 or $3, and unfortunately they just don't have those files yet in Design Space, but they will eventually. We're just waiting for them to catch up to that. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's pretty cold, and I don't know if I'm just getting hoarse or whatever, but okay, so here what we're going to do today is a shaker file, a shaker card. I'm going to show you it. I was just playing around here, but let me show you what it looks like. So here is the shaker card. Now, this is what a shaker card is. And inside, I ended up using this foil acetate that I got from Cricut. It's called Love Notes. I'll point it out. Love Notes Sampler. It's foil acetate from Cricut. I ended up using that as the background to the card. You see there? So that you can see through for the window. And then you can see through. And then inside, I'll shake it up and down. Inside are little old-fashioned rotary phones in there. And they shake up and down there. The little rotary phones I made from party foil. So get your party foil out if you have the black kind. This is considered the black. So I suppose you could use the sparkly kind, but I used the chrome one of that. If you have regular acetate, you can do that too. I wanted to, I couldn't find my plain acetate, so I was going to put in some of these extra, because I think this should be a lot of shake in a shaker card, right? So I thought, well, maybe I won't maybe we'll do it when we put it together, we'll put a little of these in there too. But those are cut from party foil. And let me just show you how tiny these pieces are. There's one piece, that's the phone, and then the handle to the phone. Let me get it. Okay, so really tiny, and that's what's so great about Cricut, because it can cut this stuff. And this is party foil. Yeah, I think that shaker cards should have a lot of shake to them, but I might be wrong. But so I like to pack mine in there. But the really important thing to learn about a shaker card is that you have to create kind of like a little shelf. So this basically, you're just going to pile on top of one another all of these cutouts from your paper. So you're going to take paper and you're going to cut it all out, and there's 8 of them, and you're going to put it together like this. But first, before we go assembling this, I want to show you where I got it from, and I want to show you a couple other shaker cards. If you, for instance, got so hooked on shaker cards, you wanted to know where there were a few more. Okay, so and then also a few things that I learned about this card when I was putting it together. I'm going to group this. It does come with an envelope, but we can cut it out. This is like a 3. I measured it. It's comes out as a 3 by 5. You could certainly make it bigger, but there's a lot of cutouts for paper and you don't see it, but you see here, there's 8. Right here, there's 8 cutouts of this frame to create that little shelf in there. So there's the back 8, and then there's one on top and the acetate. So there's a lot of cutting out for this one, but it only looks complicated, okay? So I got this from Images and actually went to an old standby. When you go to all Images, and then here under highlighted categories, I'm going to choose image sets. Sorry. Okay. I got a frog in my throat. Okay. So we're going to type in the word celebrate. And we were here yesterday. And so this might look familiar to you, but we're going to look for a celebrate the day. It's called Celebrate the Day. If we can find it. Here it is. Celebrate the Day. It is a Cricut Access cartridge. It has, image set, and it has tons and tons of great cards in there, including ones that we've done before. And we're going to be actually using this image, but we're going to use the total image, which is right here. Okay, so you just need to click on that and bring it into your design space. Now, if you are so hooked on shaker cards and you want to try something else, if you go to projects and you type in shaker, it will come up with a Hanukkah card. We made that last year. This one that we modified, we did that last year. This one that's a Valentine's one, which is really cute. There's a teacher one, and then there's a gumball, 3D gumball card. This one is only called shake. It only comes up as shaker because it's salt and pepper shakers, okay? And you can go ahead and click on those and read the descriptions on those. They're pretty easy. It just only looks complicated, okay? So anyway, let's go back to our canvas. Now, what I did with this, I'm going to ungroup this simply because I want to put my envelope away over here. I thought this wasn't enough of like little pieces for my shaker element, so I did duplicate this. So duplicate here. And a couple of things to point out. It seems like a lot of pieces. I didn't understand this part at first, but the way that I started looking at it is that the card is actually opens up like this. So the front and the back both say, thinking of you. And then I started thinking, well, maybe I should have put another piece of acetate in there. I don't know. Maybe because I used the hearts one, I would have. But anyway, it's an open card, and the actual opening happens here. And it's kind of a little tight because there's a lot there, okay? So it's a pretty straight cut, but what you'll notice here is that there are 8 of these frames, okay? There's 8 of them. They're all identical. It does waste a lot of paper, although you could keep the little pieces that you cut out, whatever. Here's your acetate, which again, you can cut out in the foil acetate or regular acetate, but I will caution you, there is something you need to be concerned about with acetate. I'm going to show you that, okay? Then this goes over it, and then this is your base, and this is the front, and so you're going to build your card like right on the front like this after putting all these pieces up here and to create this sort of ledge so that your shaker stuff can get in there. And then this is just the back. Okay, so that's all there is to it. Let me show you a couple of little things about acetate, because we've talked about it and we've used it before, but this is actually a new set of acetate for me. This is Cricut acetate, and I don't know if this is something that is with all acetate, but what I found out with Cricut acetate is that there is a protective plastic over it, and I'm going to just kind of try to show you. In this case, it's on the back. Hold on, let me try to catch it right here. So if you go and you try to cut this with this plastic piece, you can barely see it. You see that? But I think it's just to protect it. But if you go to try to cut this with that plastic on it, it could cause problems cutting through. Okay, so cutting through, that I would also recommend when you're using acetate that you use a really new mat, okay, and you really stick it to your mat. And I can just show you. We would let's just go ahead and pretend like we're going to be cutting this. Now this is party foil. It's called black, but it's kind of like a charcoal. And this is the one that is multicolored, like a sparkle. So you can cut that or the chrome part of the party foil. It's up to you. But let's just talk about this acetate. So here it is. There's acetate here. Now, I want to go to the browse all materials, and I want to type in acetate. because there is a difference. There's acetate and then there's foil acetate. Foil acetate has a foil aspect on the top, and it may or may not be different, but when you're picking your whichever you're going to use, choose the one that's best for what you're using. Okay, so I'm going to use foil acetate for this, and I have a very sticky mat that I've been testing out from a different manufacturer. I don't think I would recommend these, but I thought that I would test them out to see, because it's super sticky, but that works well, I guess, with the acetate. So I'm just going to take and stick it onto my very sticky mat here. But I would suggest, if you don't have a very sticky green mat, that maybe go to heavy, the purple mat. That is something to consider. Because you really want it to stick. Otherwise, if it gets stuck up, like even in the corner here, this is where it tends to get stuck in my machine. It will cause your machine to basically to fail. And when your machine fails, it's because it cannot run the mat straight through and in and out. Now, this is where I'm going to tell you that don't use food to don't cut food out on your machine, okay? The other day, one of my admins said that there's a viral TikTok going around where people are using their Cricuts, the Explore, to cut out tortillas. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's kind of gross, because you don't know what's on these mats. I mean, the mats they're adhesive. I mean, they smell plasticky, and I was just like, oh man, why are people doing this? That's crazy. So please, don't cut your food out with a Cricut. I mean, it does everything, but it doesn't do that. There used to be a machine called the Cricut Cake that did it, but it had special mats that didn't have that plastic, that adhesive smelling stuff on it. And so you could cut out like gum paste and forget what they call that stuff. The stuff that fondant. But that is not, the cake is not anymore still around, and their mats had no adhesive on it, so you didn't have this issue of, what are you ingesting, right? So anyway, that's that. And of course, as it happens with TikTok, is that one person, it's like monkey see, monkey do. One person does it, and then the next person does it, but differently, and it's just kind of kooky. So I would just suggest that you not put food in your machine. Okay, so I'm just going to go over here, and I'm actually hoping that I break my machine. I don't mean break, but I was hoping that it will not stick, but I don't think that's going to happen. It only happens rarely. But if you're not using a really sticky mat for something like acetate, which is very slippery, it could cause the problem of it crunching up. And when it crunches up, you'll see sometimes that your machine light turns red, okay? And it stops doing anything. So if that ever happens to you, if your machine light turns kind of a red, even if it's like halfway red, what you want to do is turn it off. I'm going to take this out. Turn it off and turn it back on again. And if the mat is actually stuck in there, you can use your little in and out button to get the mat out of there. Then you want to make sure you're checking underneath that no material is stuck up in there, because it will continue to get like clogged and you have to go through this whole process. Oftentimes, if you're in the middle of a cut and this happens, you need to start the cut over because the machine just sort of like, it's like blips, you know, like, it just stops working, okay? And so that is something to consider. You have, Shirley? I'm surprised. Shirley, you do everything. Okay, so let's put this thing together. It's so quick, you will not believe. It just looks complicated. Okay, so here are our little foil cutouts. I have a lot of them. And then we have all these pieces. Now, let's see. So, I still got more cutouts over here. Okay. This is the main piece. And at first it threw me off, but I realized that you're going to, it has a score line right here. So you're going to fold it. Oops, sorry. You're going to fold it there at this score line. But there's also a score line right here on this little part right there. So you want to really score that really well. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to score it really well because, whoops, I did not do it right. Okay, here. All right. Score it really well. If you want to, you can use your little scoring thing like this. Go backwards as well because that thing is the thing that's going to move. All right. So first let's put the front and back, just the extra pieces on there. So this is the back piece, even though it looks like it's all complete and everything. This is the back piece, goes on here. And this is the front piece. You see, it sort of is just an outline. It doesn't include this part. And then this part, and there's little bit of writing on there. I apologize. I have to change my blade again because it's not cutting medium cardstock, which is weird. Okay, so so there's my acetate piece, and this is what it's going to go on. It's going to go on the top piece that looks like a window, okay? And then we'll put that aside, but then it will eventually go on there. So first things first, let's go ahead and put these two decorative pieces on. Yeah, I don't know why, but my medium cardstock is not cutting out well, and I'm not really sure why. Anyway, so here is the glue that I'm using today. It's called Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. And this is what it looks like. I am an affiliate of Amazon, so there is a link to it from every description, or not every description, but for the description of all my latest videos, there's a link to buy it. The other glue that I like and do use is called Art Glitter Glue. I don't use it a lot in the wintertime because they don't ship out in the wintertime, especially now with all of these problems, you know. All right, so this goes here on the back, like this. Okay. See that? And this piece, which is just going to sidestep that middle piece, you can put that on there. Just a little bit of glue. Don't use a lot of glue, especially when you're working with something like acetate. I mean, you have to make sure that there's enough glue, just has to be properly spread out because acetate isn't porous, and so it will have a difficult time drying. Okay. Oh, I see here, I see here that didn't cut out super great, so I'm just gonna shave that off. Okay, So now we have this card, and what we're going to do is turn it over, and we are going to glue the two sides together. I know that seems a little bit unusual. It is. But that's what we're going to do. It makes the, it gives the look of, why am I having trouble with my glue today? It is cold, but I don't think that's it. I think I'm having trouble with my nozzle. I need to clean it, I think. Okay. So, it gives the card some stability, but also gives you that view of, and I put glue, because in my haste, I put glue on everything, and I shouldn't have, because I don't want to put it on this piece. You see? I do not want to put it on this piece, so I'm going to have to. All right, don't do that, because that was a mistake. Don't do that, okay? Now the inside part of my card is dirty with glue, and I don't think that is going to look good, but okay. So now you just have this, all right? And make sure this is really opening and closing, okay? Because now what we're going to do is build on this little piece, all right? And sometimes you can get most of the glue off there. That's what I'm trying to do. I could probably use an eraser too, but I really want for it to stick right there. So let me go ahead and put a little more glue in here, so that really this is the part that's going to open. This is your card, and this is where you would write in your card. Okay. Okay. All right, now let's put that aside. And next up is the actual front with the acetate. And again, you can use clear acetate. I chose this heart-shaped because I wanted something more than just these little cutouts here. So I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to put some glue all along here. Again, not a lot. Just a nice thin bead of glue to all of the window panes there. And I'm going to take my acetate facing down, right? And with the hearts facing up. And I'm going to put this on here. And this is what I mean about using too much glue. So if you can, if you're using barely glue, it will dry clear. So that's good. But so, okay. So there is that. It's going to go on there, but we have to do something before that. Okay. Then we have these. There's 8 of them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They remind me of a Polaroid picture, but skinny. And what you're going to do is create a stack of things. This is that ledge I was talking about. So we're going to glue all of these on to each other, trying to do it as precisely as possible, because we want to create, think of it like we're creating like a baking dish with a rim or a cookie pan with a rimmed cookie pan type of thing. That's what I think of when I do this. So we're creating like a thickness that will allow our shaker pieces to shake around in there, because there's nothing worse than shaker pieces that don't shake. I mean, come on, right? So we're putting this on and being careful with this whole thing. And of course, you'll do it better than I will, because you'll have more time to be precise. And plus, you'll learn from my mistakes. And so I'm creating this And it's a little messy. Sorry guys, it's a little messy, but I'm going to just keep working and creating my, suppose I could put it on the front of this, like this, and that would make it. Hey, you know what? Somebody gave me, I'm trying to remember who it was, but it was on YouTube, and somebody gave me a really good tip about vinyl and getting the transfer tape on it. They suggested putting the transfer tape on a flat surface with the sticky facing up, and then taking your vinyl cutout and putting it on top. And I thought, wow, I got to try that, because it sounded like really a smart thing, because you know that transfer tape's so sticky. It's always like sticking on my fingers. Would have really helped me. Okay, so I thought that was a really good tip. Let's see. Also, I can see that some people are asking about tomorrow's project, because there's vellum in it, and it's actually colored vellum. It's green and yellow. And we are actually going to color our vellum, if I can get my printer to do it. We're going to color the vellum for this, but remember, you don't need to use the colors that are suggested. We can use other things. We can use gold or plain or another color. That's entirely up to you. And you also don't even need to use the vellum. You could use there are like transparency. I'm remembering from when I was in the theater, and they would have these lights that they would put these transparent, I forget what they used to call them, but they would have these lights that they would change the color of the lights through these transparencies that they would put on there. You could use that, or you could use tissue paper. Not a big deal. So don't fret about the whole vellum situation. Okay. All right. So while I'm chit-chatting, I created my thick piece right here. I'm just going to make sure it's all really well adhered. It kind of doesn't matter that I got some glue on there, because we just need for it to be a united front, right? Like this, okay? So here we go. All right, so the next step is we're going to, and it's actually one of the last steps, is we're going to take our piece. You see how it's all 8 pieces, all well done there, and we are going to add it to the front of this card. The flap part. Okay. Still want to make sure you're getting that opening business going on. That's why I told you to really score that side. And let it dry for a little bit, because see, there's our ledge right here. That's where our little guys are going to sit. I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. Just a second. Of course, Rita did it wrong. All right. I had it over too much. Come on, Rita. Get it together. I'm never going to be those perfect. I was actually reading a biography on Julia Child, because she's my favorite, and I was listening to the audiobook, and they were talking about how she was just like, she just rolled with the punches, and I thought, that's my lady, because that's exactly what I have to do here all the time, or I do the hair all the time. But it doesn't mean that it's perfect, but in the end result, it still tasted good, you know. Okay, so there are little cutouts now. I'm not sure, but let's try it anyway. I'm going to take a few. Let's try the white. I got these and never used them. So let's try, I don't know, that white. Oh, these are lips. Let's use the lips. All over. I think they're lips, or maybe they're hearts, who knows. But they got all over the place. Oh well. The more shake, the better, in my opinion. All right. And then the last piece is putting this on top to create the shake, or to create the little barrier so that the shakes don't come out. All right. This you just have to make sure that you get the proper seal all around. And you have to allow it to dry. Okay. And there we go. Let's make sure it's all pressed on there. Oh, do I say oh well a lot? Oh well. You know, I mean, it's not rocket science. That's when I do the same thing. You know, I'm the same way in the kitchen. Is that, you know, oh well, I should have added the cheese, cream cheese to that. I should have softened that. Oh well, you know, and that's just how you get along in life, I guess. Can I send this to you? Miss Rita, can you send this to me for my birthday? Paralita, when's your birthday? Yeah, I like it being. So look at all this great shake we got in there. And I think that the hearts are kind of cute in there, if they're hearts or lips or whatever they are. But I love those. I just think that it needed a little extra, you know. And then there's your card. And you can write on the inside here. And you can make the envelope, although it would fit in an A2 size envelope. And that is the Thinking of You shaker card. And Paralita, I'll be happy to send this to you. I think I might have your address. If you're in the chat exchange, I'd be happy to send it to you. Or you can send me your address again, and I'll send it to you. But that is a really adorable, and wasn't that easy? I mean, really not difficult to do. It's just kind of like when you think about it a little bit and you gave it some thought. So here's my other one without the extra shaky stuff in there. I kind of like, because you can actually hear, I don't think you can hear it, but I can hear it. There's like a little bit of extra shake in there. So I probably would have done it again. But that is it, folks. Thinking of You, old-fashioned English telephone booth from the Celebrate the Day, and using our party foil and our acetate and our pens. This is like an all-encompassing. It's pens, paper, acetate, party foil, and I think anybody would be happy to receive this card, don't you? Anyway. It's just a couple steps. It only looks complicated when you get over and you put it into your let's just go. When you put it into your canvas and you see there's just all of these here, and you're like, what the heck? What do I do? And then this part here really kind of messed me up a little bit. So it just, remember, it's not as difficult as it looks. Oh, we got the mailman here. The mailman's delivering something. So sorry. Okay, you guys. Shh. Okay. Oh, they get so excited when the mailman came. He's delivering a package, I think, because he doesn't usually come at this time. Or maybe he's getting his stuff, his route done because the weather's coming. bad weather's coming. Anyway, thank you, everybody. It's not intimidating at all. Yeah, you'll do fine. Yeah. And thank you so much for coming today. I really so appreciate it. And remember that you can always watch the replay on YouTube. And if you aren't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please take the time to do that. And also take the time to enter your name in for our next giveaway, which is this cobalt blue Cricut Cutie. Someone's going to win this guy pretty soon. I think we have another few days of the giveaway so we can get as many people as we can. And I'll make sure I post several links over the weekend as well. So tomorrow we will see you bright and early for our 3D SVG or Dreaming Tree project. It's called Daffodil Tea Light. Let's see. We're going to go to, let me just find it for you in case you didn't get that. It's 3dsvg.com. Except I put in a V. Okay. All right. So 3dsvg.com, and here under the free files, and there are a lot of free files, but under the free files you will find, where is it? I think it's on the third page, maybe. Nope. There it is. Fourth page, the Daffodil Tea Light. And you're going to put this in your cart and go ahead and check out. It doesn't cost anything. You just have to go through the process of checking out. Then you download it to your computer or device. And then you're going to upload it. We're going to upload it to our design space. Okay? So this will be fun and it's free. And let's see. And then we'll be back. We'll have Saturday off and we'll be back on Sunday. And did you guys like the time on Sunday at 3:00? It was 3:00 Eastern time for brunch, or was it too late, too early? You guys let me know. Do we need to tweak that a little bit? It's for, we'll be doing the Joy, and I want to show you a little bit more about the Joy app. Okay, so let's see. I'm not watching the chat, but sounds like someone needs prayers. So prayers for Bren. Is it Bren needs prayers? And to all my friends that are suffering with this cold weather, I know that you're not used to getting it, and I'm used to it, but it was a little late for you. Someone said it was fine on Sunday, so I was an hour late. Oh yeah, Perlita, I remember that. So yeah, let me know, even if you just comment or whatever on what do you think about the time on Sundays, an hour earlier. Oh, you lost your hot water. Now you're back in your new house and you have no hot water. Oh, Diane is getting a pacemaker. Diane, oh, wonderful. I mean, they know so much, and they're going to be fine, honey. But we'll send prayers anyway. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today, and it's such a pleasure, as always, to spend a little time with you. I hope you I hope you have lights and hot water, and all of that stuff, and you're staying warm and you're crafting, and you are taking care of yourself and your family and the people around you. That's okay, Bren. So good luck to Bren and to Diane. Prayers as well. All right. We'll see you all later. And I'm going to, thank you, Perlita. Then I'm going to get to work on this Daffodil Tea Light to show you all of the ways to do it. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for that positive feedback, Susan. You're so positive, Susan. All right, everyone. You have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again tomorrow, okay? Take care. Bye.